Welcome everyone to this week's Nym community call. So I've had that New Year's promise, right? That I'm gonna go live, whether it rains, or the wind blows or whatever happens every week. And we've been mostly keeping to that promise, so I'm very proud of that. And this week we have something pretty exciting to discuss with you all because if you've been following these community calls, it's not gonna be anything new because you've already heard about our referral program, but it's actually now going live. So that's excellent news, and we're going to explain what this is all about, how you can join, and why it is exciting. And for that, I have with me Casey, who is Head of Communications at Nym. How's it going, Casey?
Great. Still in the heat wave, riding it out.
Do you mind sharing with the community where you are right now?
I'm in Brussels, Belgium.
Nice. Is it very hot there?
It's not bad. It's normal. It's like 32 degrees.
32.
But I'm going back to the United States soon, where I'm from, where it'll be 43 degrees. So looking forward to that.
That sounds excellent. Yes, I would love to be there. I'm in Portugal, northern Portugal, so actually weather is kind of nice here. It's 25 degrees, so it's always kind of like mild here. Now, with the weather out of the way, which is always the best topic to talk about because it's a common denominator amongst all of us as people, the usual housekeeping items out of the way. Big thanks to everyone for joining us today. So big thanks to all of the familiar names I can see in chat. So that's Uncle Lam, Rocio, Rustam, and also Mr. Zero Day. How's it going, everyone? You can leave your questions in the chat. I'm not sure how long our planned combo is going to be with Casey. We may actually finish early, so we may actually have a longer than usual AMA. So make sure to leave your questions in the chat. We're going to be picking them up as usual. And of course, if you want to leave your questions anonymously or pseudonymously, but definitely without logging in with your YouTube account and therefore compromising your privacy, you can also leave them in our Matrix chat on our Matrix server in the general chat. We're also keeping an eye there in case you want to ask questions there. And with all of that said, before the referral program, what's happening at Nym, Casey? In your own words, how are things?
Whew. It's been a fiery couple of weeks. There's a lot going on. Every single person in Nym is very busy working on something very important. So that's kind of cool to see. I work a lot with marketing and products. So we've been redesigning a lot of stuff to do one important thing, which is find a crucial market niche for product market fit for NymVPN. To try to get this thing into the hands of as many people as possible worldwide. And so we're firing on all cylinders on the redesign process. The product team's been refining a totally new UI for NymVPN with some new features coming out in the next couple of weeks. The new release is on the final cook and final testing. You can even use it now. So one thing we did is we opened up a community testing channel on Telegram. So anyone's welcome there to test the nightly builds, the latest RCs. You can see the new UI and practice as soon as an update goes live. And people are sharing their feedback. So this is really something we really want to be involved with you all. Every day if it takes, because you are the real people who use it. We use it too, but we built it for you. We built it for people like you. So if there's something you see that you don't like, that doesn't quite work quite well, that maybe doesn't jive with where you are in the world, you sometimes spot tiny bugs we can't catch. So hearing about that stuff in the testing process has been really crucial. And sometimes you have ideas that you might think are just your own personal take on something, but actually could end up changing the total direction of the way NymVPN goes. So sharing that stuff has been something we really want, and we hope this testing channel moving forward over the next year is going to be a really valuable way to do that. So please participate, whatever platform you're on. We're looking forward to it.
Yes, you can find our testing channel on the Nym Telegram group. It's called testing, and all of the RCs, as Casey mentioned, are shared there. And very big thanks to everyone who's been sharing feedback so far. We've got really nice feedback on the RCs. So the first redesigned release is coming out next week, right? And from there, this is not going to be final. So still a few things are going to be in flux for a while longer. But over the coming weeks, you will see a major redesign of NymVPN, which is exciting. All right, man. Wait, I will also add, since we're talking about exciting news, I just heard from some of our Chinese users that actually NymVPN is working now much better in China. Obviously, censorship resistance, as you know from previous community calls with Anya and Jack, who are our censorship experts. It is a cat and mouse game, right? It's a constantly evolving battlefield of measures and countermeasures. But it looks like in most of the censored regions, in the world now, NymVPN is working fairly well, which is very nice to hear. So if you are in a censored region, we are definitely interested in hearing from you, because even within a country that does like internet-wide censorship, region by region, there can be massive differences between whether countermeasures are working or not. So we would love to hear your feedback. Reach out with those as well. We have another topic on our Telegram for this, which is the border leap topic. So that's what we mostly use for censorship resistance related conversations, if I can speak. All right, now with that out of the way, let's talk referral program. How do we do this, Casey? Should I do the rundown, or do you want to? You're the big picture person. Start with the big picture. Why are we launching a referral program? What is it, and maybe how does it work?
Yeah, so I mean, like, to my mind, like, why does a company need a referral program? Like, there's lots of ways we ourselves can, as a company with a marketing department, that we can try to get word about the product out. Like, you can pay for ad placements, you can do social media, you can do campaigns, but one crucial way for getting word out about a product is by the people who use it, like it, share it with their networks. So that's the basic thing that a referral program does. Why is it really important for Nym? One important reason is that NymVPN was designed in our minds to be a censorship resistance tool. And one problem in getting products into the hands of people living in authoritarian countries, for instance, is actually just getting information to them. So for instance, like Google Play or Apple stores are not available in certain countries. People in China can't even access apps by there. Therefore paid ads don't reach them. And so word of mouth, kind of like viral energy, collective knowledge sharing between friends, family, expats, acquaintances, people in random Telegram groups, Discord groups, on Reddit. These are actually like really cool rhizomatic ways in which people share knowledge. So if they have a tool that works for them, telling other people about it is not just helping. It's not just a way of helping people do the thing that you're succeeding at doing, which is get online, access information in an unrestricted, unsurveilled way. But it's also something that's going to benefit the underlying project. Yeah. So the way we've tried to design this referral program is to kind of reflect that symbiosis, where in getting the word out about Nym, you can also participate in the ecosystem and gain rewards through it. So that's the thing we're revealing today. We're finally kind of like launching live after weeks and weeks of design and questioning when is the right time.
Yes, exactly. So this will be nothing new to our community, because most people who are watching this are participating already in the NSL. So maybe let's get into the nitty gritty a little bit. So I'll do this part, Casey. Just lean back and listen. More back. All right, good. So as I mentioned to you already, this is not a boring referral program, which other VPNs already have. Which is, we also have that, right? So there are two parts to this referral program. One is just the more vanilla sort of like general or generic VPN referral program type, which is invite someone, get a free pass. In NymVPN's case, I'll explain later why that's important. So you get a free pass if you invite someone as the inviter, and the invitee gets, instead of the usual 1 week free trial, they get a 1 month free trial. So they get basically 1 month for free if they're invited by you. So it's good for both. This has already been the case for some time. I don't even know how long, probably a month or two. What we're launching today is the Nym Squad League extension to this program, which also, like Casey mentioned, involves token rewards. So basically, if you invite someone who then signs up for a 1-year NymVPN plan, then you get 500 Nym tokens in direct rewards. And if you bring a 2-year subscription, then you get 800 Nym in rewards. There will also be some other funky things, such as a raffle or lottery, whichever phrase you prefer. All of the referrals that you bring count as a lottery ticket, basically. And probably on these community calls, we'll do a raffle every week for 10,000 Nym tokens. So that's also something that we're gonna do. This is just the first, like, basically launch iteration, and we're gonna have a few things planned. Actually, we already have a few things planned to add on top of this to keep things exciting. Now, just to get back to what Casey said about why this is important, for me, what I've seen in the privacy space, which I really like about the privacy space, is that it's very hard to gain trust here. So we've been here for many years now. So those who followed, especially, the sort of like the crypto privacy crowd, has known about us. We have trust in those realms. But when NymVPN came out, and like sort of like the more vanilla non-crypto audience, I just came across this forum discussion, which I will forever remember because I think it encapsulates the thinking of this space very well, which is someone posted about NymVPN. What do you think about this VPN? Claims look pretty cool. What do you think? And someone replied, well, I really like it. I read their documentation. I looked into the tech. It's very nice. I may trust them in 5 years, right? That's how we operate. And that's a good thing. So mind you, that's a good thing. So because it's if you care about your privacy and sort of the type of violations that happen in this space, and in this field on a mass scale over the past decades, then you are sort of cautious with from your perspective, newcomers. So one of the ways to sort of invoke trust in others is, of course, is to spread the word mouth to mouth, right? So that's a powerful way of getting NymVPN in front of more people. And of course, the other thing that gets me as the lead of the Nym Squad League excited about the referral program is that this is by far the biggest scale like activity within the Squad League. So we've been amassing a ton of Nym tokens in the Squad Wealth Fund. We have about 5.6 million in reserve currently, and it's growing every season. A lot of people are doing excellent and very important work. So everything that you see translated, whether that's the interface of NymVPN, nym.com, or the Nym Help Center, is translated by community contributors, and that's made possible by the Squad Wealth Fund. But something that is accessible for everyone, not just for devs who can build some cool things, or translators who are willing to put in the time to translate content, and all the various other things that are happening under NSL, but also just users of NymVPN. It's accessible to everyone, and they can just participate and receive token rewards. That's big for me. Yeah, we actually are ready to dedicate the entirety of the reserves to this. We'll see how it goes. It's all up to you. So yeah, that's what makes it exciting for me. It basically opens up the Nym Squad League in a way that it hasn't been so far. All right, so did I leave anything out from the explanation of how it works, Casey?
And what can people get in general? Like, we're gonna recap that.
Yeah. So the recap, you can get everybody can get 1 month free passes for referring people. So if you refer someone, you get for each successful referral, you get a 1 month NymVPN free pass. And the person you refer gets 1 month for free. So their free trial period, instead of a week, will be 1 month long. That's for all NymVPN users, and that's already the case. And what's launching today is the Nym Squad League side of the referral program, which is direct token rewards, 500 for 1-year subscriptions and 800 for 2-year subscriptions.
And so what can people do with the free passes that they'll see showing up on their accounts, in their account page every time there's a successful referral?
So free passes. Maybe before talking about that, let's talk about something that's super duper important, and it wouldn't be us if we weren't very clear about this topic. Obviously, participating in a referral program has privacy implications. By its nature, a referral program is a bit of a social graph, right? So it creates connections between Nym accounts, right? If I invite 5 people, then somehow we as Nym have to track, that those 5 accounts were invited by this account, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to reward you, right? We also have to check for abuse and a bunch of other things. Because rest assured, whenever token rewards are in play, then people try to game the system, which is fair game, but we have to protect the community's funds from that. So there is a pretty well-written and easy to understand, no legal talk, nothing like that, like privacy policy specifically for the referral program. And just be aware that by participating, you sort of it has privacy implications, right? On our side, we will have this little graph of the accounts that were invited by you. This will be this falls under GDPR. That's important, so that's a pretty good framework. But it's still data that you would otherwise not have about you if you didn't participate. So, if you know someone is about to topple a government or something, don't invite them through.
So that's what happens when you warn people about not toppling governments. You are taken offline multiple times.
All right, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, talk about toppling governments on the internet. You immediately get shut down. So don't invite people who are about to topple governments or use NymVPN for any sensitive stuff. But you can refer them to me because I'm happy to buy them a beer. Anyways, jokes aside, there is a privacy implication, and if you know someone who needs a VPN for whistleblowing or something highly sensitive like that, that is probably the best use case for the free passes that you get, because to date, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Casey, the most anonymous way to activate an NymVPN subscription is through free passes, right? It's not a lot more anonymous than paying via cash, for example, for your subscription, which is in no way traceable back to you, or paying with Monero. Those are very strong. Those purchases provide very strong anonymity, and of course, as you know, payments are detached from your internet use via ZK Nyms. But still, if you just get a free pass, that's basically one link, which is not tied to any other user, any other account, any payment information, nothing. It's just activated, it's valid for a month, and it's fully anonymous otherwise. So if you have someone who could use that, maybe that's the place to drop your free pass to.
And it's also beyond the super anonymity that comes with the free passes. It's also a way of giving someone the chance to try the product, no questions asked. There's no kind of credit card or debit card required to start the free trial for an entire month. They just simply put in the code and they're good to go for 30 days. So that's also kind of cool.
Yeah, that's definitely also kind of cool. Actually, since you wrote the privacy statement, do you want to say a few words about it?
Sure. The thing that matters to me when we say there are privacy implications to the program, it's worth being clear about what the privacy implications exactly are. So your referral code is generated from your NymVPN account. In order to participate in the referral program, you have to have an active NymVPN subscription. So that means your anonymous Nym1 account number is going to be linked to on our side, on Nym's side, through accounting, any successful referrals that come in. That's the kind of social graph. In a lot of cases, these connections might be totally unrelated to you. So if you share your referral link on your social media and a bunch of people you don't know or have never met signed up for subscriptions, these are links to you that are not actually like real contacts in your phone book. But it's still a social graph, and it links those people to you in some sort of way. So that's the first thing to understand, is that it's through your Nym account number, which is not, of course, it's not tied to your name or your address or anything like that. It's an anonymous account number. And the second thing is that to participate in the NSL, as far as I understand it, your account number is the base of the NSL subscription model. So it's kind of the public facing thing plus your pseudonym for how you participate and receive rewards in the program. So those are the two important things that you need to know before participating in the program.
Did you just say pseudonym?
Pseudonym.
All right, excellent. So maybe I thought, since we didn't even bring on screen on these calls the new and redesigned Nym Hub yet. So let me show you guys. So this is Nym Hub. It's work of Salazar together with a bunch of community members for it to look like this. This is a big step up, and I'm really happy to see it in this current very nice form that it has. And if you go on it today, it's nymhub.space. You can find the referral program here, and then you can join. I mean, if you haven't already joined the Squad League, you also need to do that, and you can join the referral program here. What do you think about the new Nym Hub, Casey? I
like it. I think it's cool to have it's cool to have multiple spaces in general. Like, I don't like centralized stuff. And I also like I like the color. I like the color palettes are different, so you get like a totally different community vibe on it. Also, it gives like a cool palette for community members to brand to kind of like uniquely Nym brand their own their own projects, their own builds. So it's a cool step forward. Nice work, Salazar, and everyone who helped out with this.
It definitely is. So big thanks to everyone, the community contributors, as well as Salazar for putting it together. And also, can I ask our dear community to put some pressure on Salazar to finally come on one of these calls? I mean, he's right here managing this stream from behind the scenes. He does all these things, but he never actually showed his face. Or maybe Salazar face reveal at 100K subscribers. That's what's happening?
Let's go with 20,000.
20,000? Okay. So that's all there is about the referral program. Now, actually, we kind of arrived at the end of our planned chat, so we just wanted to share this exciting update with you. One more thing to share is that you can start signing up today. So the sign up is already open. Please read the privacy statement before you do that. What you will need to provide is, I mean, if you're already in the Nym Squad League, what you'll need to provide is your NymVPN account ID, so that we can grab the referral information from our databases, and then you will be showing up on the leaderboard, and you will be participating on the NSL side of the referral program. The referrals that you completed so far all count, so that's a good start. If you already referred people, they all count in the new system. And yeah, happy referring. And maybe the one last thing I'll say is that, I mean, regarding the referral program, is that if you can keep an eye on our Telegram and Discord and other socials, that's not going to hurt, because we have a few sort of seasonal things planned, which I'm not going to talk about yet because I don't want to spoil the fun. No spoilers here, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, just keep an eye on our Telegram, because there may be some periods when it's a bit better to refer. Maybe there's some extra stuff coming your way if you're participating. All right, now that out of the way, Casey, any closing remarks before we get into Q&A?
Just that it's worth keeping in mind, like in the end, we timed the release of the referral program with this upcoming release, because in a way, this is a huge facelift. This is a huge facelift for NymVPN as an app. We put a lot of thought into how to simplify, decomplexify, like the onboarding of NymVPN, the first use of it, what you hit, the information that hits you when you first open the app, to know that there are very different types of users in the world, that some information might be overload for others. Some information might be perfect for some people, like the micro details of like fine tuning and customizing all your privacy experience with like every tiny little possible feature. And then other people just need to connect really fast. So we've been working hard, like in design and engineering, to make sure that NymVPN does both of those things, so that everyone can possibly use it in the best way in very different types of conditions. So we're hoping that this new UI is the first step in that direction for a much more accessible privacy experience. Not just like the best privacy you can get online, but like something that's actually super usable, intuitive, and accessible to whoever's going to pick it up. So we wanted, when the referral, we think that the referral program is like a really important step for Nym in getting NymVPN out there through non-traditional means. But we wanted this thing to start moving when the app was in a state that, when the image of the app was in a new state. So we're really excited about that. Not just the launch of the referral program, but the launch of NymVPN as like a very new kind of product. Yeah. And there's lots of cool stuff coming. Like we have a new like optimized one-click auto feature that's in the works, where the app is going to algorithmically decide, if you choose it to, the best, fastest, most convenient server for you, the entry server, so that if you don't want to select or it to be random, you can just click auto and it'll find the best server for your location. So that's going to be a cool feature coming out. There's other networking stuff that's going to be really great and important for improving decentralization. Split tunneling and ad block, which are already in beta on all apps, are going to be out of beta and fully bug free quite soon. Still working on split tunneling for iOS. It's a much trickier thing to do. So I'll have to wait a bit on that.
Yeah, this was explained by Mark Sinclair, Nym CTO, on the previous community call, which was a town hall. So if you're interested in his explanation, then make sure to check that out. And also, if you wanna, we were kind of debating whether we should bring the like new designs back to this call, but we don't want to repeat ourselves, because there's already my chat with Hux from, I think, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. Where we went through what we have in store. And of course, you can already check or install the release candidates that we are sharing on the testing channel, and then you can see it for yourself. And like I mentioned, sorry, go ahead.
Something you don't know that's coming is also a new version of Nym.com.
Ooh, okay.
This is new. This is new news. So I don't even know if Sudo knows this.
Okay, I'll come clean, ladies and gents. I knew about it, but I will act surprised. So Casey, oh my God, a new version of Nym.com is coming. Say more. What's gonna be new?
New visuals, new messaging, new components, new ways of kind of like organizing all the huge amount of technical information that is available on Nym.com. There's a lot of cool stuff. So I'm particularly excited about the new angles in Nym's visual identity, new ways of expressing to people in small amounts of words, like why this product is cool and important. So,
look, okay, question. I just remembered something that I think Beyond, our beloved community contributor, brought up a few community calls back in the chat. He said that, you know, we sort of took a long time and a lot of effort to move away from the cypherpunk, like very dark plus green look, and we seem to be reverting to that. What are your thoughts on this? Happy? Not happy?
I'm in between. Like I don't have strong allegiances to. I mean, in my aesthetic brain, I don't have strong allegiances to the cypherpunk movement. I like certain parts of it. I mean, that's going to, like, the thing is, like, I don't think there's any question of like going back and forth between it. Like we are cypherpunks. Like that is part of it. That is Nym's identity. That's never going to go away because the tech and the concept behind it is at the core of the cyberpunk movement. So I think that it's really important that those motifs always maintain an expression somewhere in Nym's brand identity.
I agree. I'm big on the cypherpunk design. I'm not.
But I don't. I also don't think we need to smother everyone in the darkness all the time.
Yeah, true. But there's also the light mode for those who want it, which, as I said before, I think should be banned and not allowed in general.
I also never. I don't turn on light mode unless I need to debug something.
All right. Now, with all of that said, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to jump into the questions. I don't see many. If you have any questions for us, then drop them in chat. Otherwise, we'll have to wrap up a bit early. All right, here I will just mention, Ginny said, it's not a question, but it's a statement which I wanted to address. So happy to see split tunneling on Windows working like a charm. Yes, true. Split tunneling is working great. I've also been using it. But still, I will once again repeat the thing that I repeated so many times on these calls, which is that split tunneling will be a much bigger deal once it will be able to do ClearNet, mixed-net mode, also known as anonymous mode, and two-hop mode. Like you will be able to select on a per application basis between these three. That will be huge. It's already great, you know, to have just like regular split tunneling. So basically, you set up NymVPN in one way, whether it's fast or anonymous, and then you route everything through, or you just route through ClearNet. That's already a big step. But I can't wait for a three-way split tunneling, or app tunneling as we call it internally.
And don't forget, we already have a version of this, which is the SOX5 proxying on the back end. So you can actually sort of set up this kind of like this split tunneling logic in the app just through particular proxy servers. So, but it will be great. This is like my dream feature also, like sudo. It's my dream feature. But it's like it's hard to do given NymVPN's tunneling logic. So this is something that takes that's taking a lot of design brains.
Yeah. on the note of the proxy, by the way, we sort of we communicated about the proxy as if it was a wallet specific feature, right? As if it was only for wallets. That's one of the best use cases for it. But you can actually also make Telegram work through. I was able to do that. Justin, who's our support rep, who likes to play around with all kinds of funky setups, he was even able to browse using the SOX5 proxy. So if you're feeling adventurous, then go ahead and
knock your socks off.
Exactly. Thanks for the comment, Ginny. Good to see you here. Next one is from Mr. Zero Day. Can it also be done from the app or only from the web? I guess you're referring to the referral program. So basically, we don't have an accounts page yet in the app. So not yet from the app. You will need to go.
We will.
Yes. So that is coming. It's on the roadmap. So for now, you have to do it from the web. But once you have your referral code, which is basically a link, then you can share that in any way. So yeah. You won't be able to check your your referral status, and the free passes that you got, and the number of referrals. You won't be able to check that on your app for the time being. You can only do that either on the leaderboard of the referral program, which will be on Nym Hub, or on your accounts page on nym.com. But changes to this are coming. So thanks for the question.
And what I'm pushing, I'm pushing hard. What I really want is my NymVPN app on my phone. I want to be able to open up my account page, have my referral code there, and at a protest or at a rave or in the grocery store in the cereal aisle, I just want to be able to give a QR code to someone pushing a stroller next to me and say,
Casey is the type of person to give like VPN QR codes to random people in the grocery store. So stay away from this man. Very dangerous. Thank you for the question, Mr. Zero Day. Next up is also Mr. Zero Day. Is it a unique referral system, or if you bring someone and that person brings someone else, does that also count for you like a snowball effect? We did think about building a bit of a pyramid scheme. We may do that in the future. So one thing about that is with the current design, this social graph that I mentioned to you guys can be sort of deleted pretty frequently, right? We don't need to hold this data around for very long, right? If you referred someone a year ago, we don't need to keep that connection on our side any longer. If we do the pyramid scheme, the Ponzi scheme, then that will be a bit different. So we would have to retain data for longer, and the complexity is also way higher. So V1 only has, as you call it, a unique referral system. Let's call it like a direct referral system. And we did consider doing the pyramid scheme, but we decided against it for the time being. If there's a lot of requests, then we may rethink it. But for the time being, this is what we're going with. Yeah. Let me know if you would want to see the more like a pyramid scheme. Casey, would you want the pyramid scheme design or no?
I don't know. In general, I like the concepts of things that do like virality, like rhizomatic spreading. So if there's like a cool way to do it that does something interesting, like I'm definitely down to consider it.
Yeah. What Salazar raised to me in private was that it's also, maybe it has not a great connotation. If you do like the, invite someone and that person invites someone, then it looks like some of the not very nice such initiatives in the space and elsewhere. I don't know. There's something to that as well. Look, if we hear from you a lot and everybody wants like second and third and fourth degree referrals, we'll look into it. I promise you that. All right. Thanks for the question, Mr. Zero Day. And there's one from Uncle Lem. We already know from one of the previous community calls. And, if you've spent any time in Nym community channels, then you already know this person. Referral page is not active yet, right? Because I don't see any of my old ones. I'm not sure. I think it should already be, or maybe the leaderboard is not live yet. It is. I'm not sure.
The nym.com one is live. It's nym.com/referrals.
Yeah. So now I loaded the leaderboard here real quick, and everyone shows 0. So there may be an issue there. The end result, or like the big goal is to have so now registrations launch, right? And all of the referrals that you did so far since the vanilla version of the referral program launched will count. But the actual full launch of everything will happen by the time the next release is out, which is going to be next week with the first redesign as well. Yeah. So for the time being, just register if you're interested, and then your referrals will pop up on that leaderboard next week. Thank you for the question. And so far, no further questions. So actually, if you have any questions, then make sure to drop them in chat or on Matrix. If not, we're going to chat a little bit with Casey, and then we're going to wrap up. How did you like the community call experience, Casey?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to hear everyone. And I've been buried in image making and writing, so it's nice to actually have a conversation.
So you didn't unmirror your camera? You have a min on your t-shirt? Yes.
I know I did not unmirror, so you're seeing me. You're seeing me wrong.
It's totally unacceptable.
Uncle Lem saying there is one above.
There is one above? There is what above?
Maybe a question.
Explain yourself, sir. I can only see zeros for the time being on the leaderboard, if that's what he meant. But again, that will change next week. So for the time being, please register, and yeah, you will see your status on the leaderboard as of next week. All right, I don't see. Oh wait, Mr. Zero Day is saying super annoying. Not at all. So big thanks for the questions. Never annoying. Thanks for joining. And I think we can wrap up, Mr. Casey or Mr. Ford. Sounds way better, Mr. Ford.
Happy referrals, everyone.
Yes, keep testing. We're looking forward to receiving your feedback. You will hear again from us on one of these calls next week. So stay tuned for that. We actually have something pretty exciting coming next week. I will give you a hint. The Snowden revelations happened on the 6th of June. I mean, they came out, the first reports came out on the 6th of June. So remember that. That's next week. So next week is going to be a pretty interesting week. The Snowden revelations actually led to the founding of Nym in a lot of ways. So it's an important anniversary for us. So yeah, stay tuned for next week's community call. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for listening, and big thanks for coming on, Casey. Have a great day. Bye, everyone. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. Pull up. Whew. That would have been terrible. All right, we're getting the pull up ready. Give us a second.
Uncle Lam, I think you have to restate the question if you're convinced there's one. Go ahead with that.
There was I can't see a question from you, Lem. We'll wait a little bit while the pull-up is ready. All right. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You need to do the usual thing. The P is cut off there at the end. So go to nym.com/go/POAP. And the password is very meta today. Referral code, capital R, capital C, all in one word. So this password is also a referral program. Referral program, not the program, but the code. With that said, ladies and gents, big thanks for joining us today and for listening. See you around on the channels.